Hey kiddos, we are going to talk today about being courteous. Yes, you are all very good with this. We're just going to review it a little bit and keep on practicing this each and every day. When you're a little kid, when you're a big kid, when you're a teenager, when you're grown up, we need to be courteous always. The Bible tells us in 1 Peter 3:8 that God wants to see us being polite in all we do and all we say. And being courteous is part of being polite. So, excuse me, please, thank you are words that we need to use each day. There are many courteous or polite words that we should learn to say. So, I'm going to read this little poem to you again, and you tell me if you heard any of them in the poem. Are you ready? God wants to see us be polite in all we do and say. Excuse me, please, and thank you are words we need each day. So what are some of the words that you heard in this poem that are polite and courteous words to say? Please, definitely. Very polite to say please. Excuse me, yes, that one too. Very polite to say excuse me if you bump into someone or if you need to pass by and there's somebody in the way, yes. And thank you, yes, those are words that we should use every day, and they're polite and courteous words to use. When you are about to ask somebody for anything, to either grab something for you or to help you with something or to give you something, what is the word that you use when you need to ask somebody for something? What word should you always use? Please, yes. Always, always, always. With your parents, with a friend, with your teachers, you should always say please whenever you need to ask anybody for anything. Could you please grab that for me? Could you please say that again? Could you please explain it a little better? Could you please grab me a snack? Always please. We always need to use please. And what polite word do we use when somebody helps us with something or gives us what we ask them for? You should always use the word thank you. Yes, thank you for peeling my crayon. Thank you for the snack. Thank you for picking that up for me. Thank you for making lunch, Mom. Thank you for working hard and providing for us, Dad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Word that you should use each and every day. Very good. What about excuse me? I talked about it a little bit. Let's see if you remember. When should you use the word excuse me? Yes, when you need to pass by and there's somebody in the way, you should always say excuse me. When you bump into somebody, yes, you should say excuse me, or also sorry. Sorry is another word you can use if you bump into someone. Yes, if people are talking, you need to say something very important that you cannot wait. If you can wait, you should always wait. But if you cannot wait, you have something really, really important to say. It's always polite and courteous to say, excuse me, and then say what you need to say. Very good. So, when someone says good morning to you, what do? Just ignore them? Do you just not say anything? Do you just put your head down and keep walking? No, when somebody says good morning to you, you always say good morning back. We have been talking to you about this in school since the very first day. Whenever somebody's talking to you, you talk back to them. That's the polite and courteous thing to say. So every morning when we have school, when we have class, and we are all here, Mrs. Veluccio and I always say good morning to you. Every single day, we say good morning to you. And what is the courteous or polite thing to do? Yes, it's to say good morning back. And you are all awesome at that. You have been doing an excellent job whenever we have school. And even now that we don't have school, but you're at home, you have siblings, you have parents, you have maybe grandparents with you. So whenever you wake up and you see somebody, you should always say good morning. And they will say good morning back to you. Or if they say it first, then you say it back to them. It's not polite to just ignore them, even if it's just because you're shy. Sometimes, especially in the beginning of the year, we say good morning to some kids and they just ignore us. They put their head down and they keep on walking. And sometimes sometimes it's because they're just being shy, but we need to learn to put that shyness away in order to be courteous and polite, because it's not courteous and it's not polite to just keep walking or to just walk straight to your seat without saying it back to us. The polite thing to do is to always answer whenever somebody's talking to you. So that is how we practice being courteous and polite. Remember to always talk back to somebody when they're talking to you, to answer their questions, to look them in the eyes. Yes, that's being courteous, that's being polite. And remember those magic words, those courteous and polite words that we need to use every day. Excuse me, please, thank you. Also, I'm sorry, because it's courteous and polite to acknowledge when you did something that you shouldn't and to apologize for it, to say sorry. So these are things that you are all amazing at, and we just need to keep practicing so you can keep on being the amazing, wonderful, lovable kids that